day really where we talked to people and we had a mask on the whole time.
Yeah.
But still, you don't feel right getting on a plane, anything.
Sure.
And when they say it's all Trump's fault, I can't figure that out either. Because if they were real Americans, Biden was, why didn't he come out on CNN TV and say, no, we have to be doing this? Yeah. He didn't have a frickin' clue what he was talking about.
Nobody knows what's
well, I was in the house from about the end of March till the 1st of August, and then I went home. It was a joke, guys.
I got you.
But it's tough. I mean, it's...
I look at the bottom line. Trump said he was going to do about 10 different things or whatever, and he did them.
Yeah,
I agree.
I've never heard of a president ever that ever said they were going to do something and did them all.
One of the stupid, and you guys may have heard it this morning. I'm watching the news early before we leave, and they were talking about Biden, and Harris was talking about it's horrible that they separated the kids from their parents and this and that, and then they were going through clips, and Trump got on and he tried to explain it. He says, well, what people don't realize is that a lot of these kids, these young kids, have been brought over by coyotes from Mexico. And then the next blurb, it's all over the social media. How do they strap the kids to those wild animals?
Get out of here.
Yeah, that was the news. Honest to God. And
why am I not surprised?
They're laughing and say,
wow.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
pessimistic.
Well, there's a couple big squirrels that they strapped them to, too, you know.
And Biden never took money from foreign companies. Well, he did.
My God.
No, he didn't. He got it from his son, who got it from the foreign company.
Yeah.
You know what I found interesting, too, is I thought that when you're trying to forge peace, a person who is able to help other countries make peace is a good man.
Yeah.
I just saw again now that there's another country recognizing Israel.
Yeah.
And President Trump has been in the middle of these things.
And 5 more
not the act
lined
of a
up.
bad man. What's going on? Unless we want to destabilize the Middle East and we'll have World War III. Does that sound good, folks?
Yeah.
Anyway, you know.
Yeah,
so I thought that how come he gets no credit for things like that? What's your take on that? Or is this just the
How
way
come
the
he gets no credit from any place except Fox
the
News?
news
So,
people.
yeah, you know.
Since
got a
we're
point
talking
there.
a little politics, I need you guys to weigh on this. Your friend of mine, Andrew Yang, is pushing for wrestler benefits. Look, I know both of you were part of the class action suit against the WWE.
Right.
Sure.
Where do you guys weigh in on the wrestler not being the independent contractor and should have benefits?
We never liked it when we were there, but the way the organization was set up,
Nature of the beast.
you know, that's it. If you want to work there, that's what you got to do. But it may come to the point where they're going to have to change their operation system.
Will it be because of government intervention? Because I still feel that's the only thing
Well-
that's going to change this.
Yeah, I mean, and that might not be a bad thing.
Can you see that happening? Because to me, there's no other alternative.
Well,
It's just not going to change.
every time there was a hint years ago of a wrestlers union, they've got NFL union, baseball union, basketball union, golfers union, you name it. Why can't the wrestlers? But the thing that killed it was the powers that be put pressure on certain guys and threatened them with their job. But if all the guys stick together, what's the office going to do?
So what would Demolition? Okay, you guys were a top team for many years, probably making top money. I don't know what you guys are making, but let's call it $500,000 a year. All right, might be high, might be low. The Rockers, on the other hand, are making $100,000 a year. You unionize, all of a sudden you're capped out. As tag team champions, you might be only.
You're not necessarily capped out.
Okay. How do you
But
work
there's
around it? There's ways to work
merchandise
around those
too.
things?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're selling
if you were in a
bukus
union,
of merchandise.
if you were in a union, then what rights would you have to merchandising?
You'd have better rights than you got now.
You think? Really?
You know what the rights they got?
No.
If you
we
sell
don't.
it, say you sell a doll for $30, you get 3 cents.
Really?
The office gets the majority of it. And if the doll doesn't sell, they sell it back, but it comes out of yours.
Get
They
out
still
of
keep the doll.
What? Wait
The
a minute.
doll goes to
if
the
your doll
warehouse.
doesn't sell, you have to pay for that doll not
Well,
selling?
it comes out of your money, right? Yep. And then the doll, you don't even get the doll goes to the warehouse.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Okay, let's
All you
just,
have to do is raise the guys. say you get a standard 5%. The office gets the most. They're taking a risk. It's better than 1/10 of 1%.
This is true.
All I know is I got headaches all the time. I don't sleep at night. Last night I got 3 hours. Night before, 2.5, 3 hours. I'm falling asleep in the car on the way here. I feel like crap in my head.
Memory.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember a lot of stuff, but that lawsuit, what that has done, is that has helped out all these new guys right now, because
They're
right
getting
now
to
they're
it.
not getting hit on the head with the chairs, and they're not going through all
Sure.
that stuff.
Sure.
So if anything comes out of all of that, we've helped these people right now, which is fantastic.
That is the
And-
first time that's
that is
ever been
an-
spun
that's
that
an
way.
excellent
and that,
point.
That
But
is an
that's just-
And a
excellent
big
is an
thing
excellent-
too,
It's
guys.
the truth.
You guys know, and the fans know, it's a brutal business,
Sure.
right? And
Yep.
we chose to be in the business. That's
Sure.
fine.
We
'cause
say
we're
that
getting
about the-
paid. But can't they help out with a little bit of health care?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We get a little bit of heat, right?
That
because,
I agree.
you know,
I wish they would.
we grew up in the WWE, but you know, I'm also in the business world, right? This is my side life or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
We're in a constant.
I have an issue with, look, you sign on the dotted line, they offer you this. This is a great country, right? We have the choice to do it or not do it. This
Okay.
isn't somewhere else, right?
Okay.
We're not in a socialist government, right?
Yeah.
No,
So you have this choice.
not yet.
So
Really.
I do sometimes have a problem where someone says, "Oh, you know, you don't know what these guys went to 350 days they traveled away from their family." I get it. But you also decided to take that
But wait a
lifestyle.
minute. Wait a minute. Before you say that, we didn't decide to have somebody come and frickin' hit you in the head with a chair to tear your head off.
true.
Because we got in
Sure.
the business because we're good and it's a work.
Sure.
And if
Sure.
you're an
Now
independent,
all of a sudden, it's not a work anymore.
yeah.
Now, is that what you signed up for?
And if you're an independent contractor and you busted your knee out, fortunately we were in a tag team, so we could scoot through it.
Right.
But if you can't and you miss 2 days, and the guy says you better show up or you're fired,
That's
is
not
that
what you
independent
signed up
contract?
for. You know, here, let me knock the shit out of your head right now. Here, I'll grab a chair and
Well,
do
how
that.
does that even come about? Do they say, "Oh, listen, by the way, Barry, you're taking chair shots tonight"? I mean, like, how is that even communicated, or is it just
Is that
happen?
just before the match starts? This is what's going to happen. This
Yep.
is what's going to go
Yep,
down.
if it's in the finish, that's what
And
you
you
use.
got
Or
a
do
lot
they
of-
turn around and say, "Hey, you're taking chair shots, Barry," but guess what? Your take for this event's going to be an extra $4,000.
No, they
They
don't
never
give you
say
nothing.
that.
I don't know.
They don't
so
give
we're
you
not in the
nothing.
business, so I
It just
wouldn't-
says,
So,
you know,
there's
hey,
no incentive
hey, the
paper
finish is
involved.
you're going to get hit in the head with a chair, and then
Yeah.
you're going to be knocked out, and then they're going to cover
And
you.
who knows the guy that's hitting you in the head with a chair has able to control the chair.
You know, it's not like anybody can hit anybody with a chair and do it correctly.
So that leads me another question, then, right? So you guys are straight and narrow. You're never getting high. You live in a straight life, but then you're working with guys that are high all.
Hitting them with chairs.
You know,
Hi.
where's your
Ask
concern
him.
there?
Yeah.
Ask him about a match we
I
had
think
with the
so.
Brainbusters.
Yeah, tell what happened.
He frickin' knocked me out cold.
Who did Tully?
Tully did.
Was he
and
high?
Cracked some vertebrae in
Just
my
what?
my neck, knocked me out, and you know,
Chipped the teeth out.
Yeah, chipped my teeth, and I remember when I woke up, Bill's going, "Come on, get up," or something, just some goofy thing, and I mean, it was brutal.
Yeah.
But that's the one that did me in to where, you know, I used to be able to. I was a math guy big time. I can't remember numbers. I have to really think about my own telephone number. All different things like that has happened.
Hypothetically, knowing what you guys both know now, if you could somehow suddenly be back in your prime and champions right now today, what would you do to change what you've experienced? Would you take the belts and walk into the office and go, you know what? No, this has got to change. It's got to change now. These are the things that got to change. Would you give it the fight that you clearly have done later on?
Well, the
in life?
atmosphere in that particular company hasn't changed any.
So it's the same.
So
Okay.
there's one individual that makes all the decisions. You could get
Linda?
10, you
Just
could
kidding.
get 10 or 15 people.
Had to.
You could get 10 or 15 people on any number of committee that presents and prepares and ready to go. And 2 minutes before the event takes place, it's all scrapped because of one individual. So you'd have to. There's again, you're going to have to be willing to say no
Right.
and walk out the door.
And walk out the
now,
door.
depends on your position,
Right.
the status on the card, if they're going to let you walk out the door,
Right.
which they may, or say, no, we're going to work this out. And there'll be some changes made. But I don't see anybody in either group, really, the two major groups, that are willing to take that step.
They wouldn't pull it in AEW either. Then they wouldn't try to
No,
unionize.
but you know,
either way, it doesn't matter if it's Vince or EW. They wouldn't attempt a union.
But you know, and
I don't
the other
think
the other
so.
thing what a lot of people don't know about when you pick somebody up and slam them, you know, your brain is going like this. And how many
Sure.
times does that happen? You know, and when you're in the business and on the road that many days and working double shots on weekends and all, you don't even
Over
realize.
years.
Yeah, you don't even realize what's happening to you.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why a lot of the guys have died is they're injured, they take painkillers. Pretty soon they can't sleep, so then they take sleeping pills. Now the pain's too much, so they take more pain pills. Then they take more sleeping pills. And now, usually when you do that for a cycle of, you know, 5 days or 6 days, the doctors will give them to you. These guys are on them for years,
Right.
2, 3, 4 years.
You know,
Right.
And when I
And
first,
all of a sudden,
Popping them like
one
candy.
day, your heart just says, you know what? I'm not hurting no more. I'm just not waking up.
and when I first got in this business years ago in the beginning of my career, nobody told me that you're going to, in 15, 20 years, you're going to have concussions and mental problems and all these things. You know, we were all athletes. You played football, you played hockey, whatever. You're going to get bumps and bruises. You know, you're going to have aches and pains, but not the other stuff, CTE and stuff like that.
Did the generations before you guys even talk about these things or even complain about these things? Headaches and concussions?
I
You know,
think-
the Luthezes, the Brutos. We never heard too many
See, I
stories
think
about
our generation was when all that really started hitting hard.
Right.
You know,
That's what I'm
when
getting
you
at.
when you were first in the business, that's when it all really started.
Yeah.
The guys before you, they never took those big head
Just
shots and
wrestling.
this and
No.
that. It was a
When did the
different.
chair shots begin in this business?
Oh, God, I don't
I mean, what
know.
are we talking? Because isn't that the biggest reason why these concussions usually happen? Is the
No.
chair shots?
Pile drivers, chair
Pile
shots,
drivers,
hit
that's right.
turnbuckles,
Yeah, they don't let them do
Slams,
those
just
anymore.
slams on the
bumps.
table, slams outside.
All right.
I mean,
Right.
We're going to get you guys out of here. Pharaoh, final question.
Final question.
you know, I got to say, hey, you guys are doing a heck of a job too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
What a,
you
what
very
a
much.
great,
Hey, no matter what they say.
what a great
Wow,
show.
let them talk.
We're better than that guy Hannibal, right?
Who? I already gave him the finger. What else do you want from
Final
me?
question.
Final question. Okay, so what's down the road for Demolition at this point? What do you guys hope
That's
to
not
do?
the final question.
Why? What, you
All right,
have
I'll ask
one?
the final question.
Where's the final question?
Right here.
Next to final
Right
question,
there.
then.
Oh, what? It says here I'm supposed to say to you, wrestling nerd here since, not 1999, since like 1979.
No.
Wha-
1999.
Okay, I'll just read it the way he wants me to. Wrestling nerd here, 1999, Royal Rumble. You both battle. Who came up with that? Was that
Neither one
nerdy
of us.
enough? You
Who came up with that?
dork.
One of
All
the
the
greatest
numbers-
moments of wrestling.
It wasn't
history.
1999.
Literally drew the numbers out of a hat.
Really?
Yeah,
They what?
yeah.
And it just happened to be
And
you
it's
two.
and it's never going
How
to be.
it's-
It's never ever going to be able to do it again.
We didn't even know it.
That was so
They'll
awesome.
never be able to do it again because people will say, "Oh, that happened years ago,"
Right.
and we get that.
1989.
We get that all the time.
First thing I thought, what the heck am I going to do with him in the ring?
What did you think?
Right. That's yeah.
Do I
Like,
go out? Do I
What
go
did you think
shake?
with the reaction?
Do I go shake hands with him and
Yes.
go, "Hey, Axis is great,"
And I think that
or do
the-
I punch the crap out of him and have him do it back?
I think that what struck I think the fans probably thought
That was great.
there's going to be some kind of a switch here, turn, but it didn't.
Right.
But we couldn't have stayed. What was the time frame? A minute between? or-
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
so the
before
way I
next
remember,
one.
I was in the military at the time, so I was in Germany.
Minute or
So we used to get the VCR tapes like months after the event, right? Because they'd finally filtered their way to Europe. But when that happened, so the way I remember is you two come in, you face off, you stare at each other, you start beating the crap out of each
That
other.
was so
but
great.
the best
Oh my
moment
God.
is number 3 is Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys start to put a whooping on Andre's ass, and it's like, this is the best
Yeah.
shit I've ever seen.
But you guys were praying for Andre to come out. You
Oh,
thought,
yeah,
the show.
yeah.
What was up with that? Why, you just uncomfortable?
want to
Tired
see
of
him
beating each other up.
Oh, he was killing you? Is that what was going on?
Both of us.
Oh, you're killing each other?
Yeah.
Oh, God, dear God.
anyway,
I
I want
didn't
to
hold back at all, huh?
thank the future Hall of Famers.
Fans loved it.
You will be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, don't get me
The
started.
greatest tag team in the history of professional
Damn
wrestling.
right.
Without a doubt.
Damn right.
And let's not forget about your individual careers too. So
Please.
you guys, honestly, Mass Superstar should be.
Dude, can I go home now? This is it. I got Demolition here. I can leave. Goodbye.
I'm gonna even go with Super Machine should be in the Hall
What?
of Fame.
Oh,
Be
see,
honest.
And,
go.
and it's funny you say that because
Let's go.
if Demolition doesn't get in the Hall of Fame,
Oh,
Mass
man.
Superstar has to be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
I
Well,
mean, that's-
already in the legit one.
And
What's the cauliflower eye called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of us are
Look,
down.
to be honest with you,
Okay.
Mass Superstar, Demolition, and the Russians have to be in the Hall of Fame.
What the?
Period.
Of course.
That's it.
Well, thank you. And we don't have any control over that. There again, it could be in any number of committees.
Can you?
There's going to be one person to make
You
the
mean to
decision.
tell me that this is going to wind up being like us waiting for a Jet Super Bowl? I'm going to have to sit here and wait and wait.
You might.
Vince, you suck.
Well, X, how much
Sorry.
money is it going to cost for us to even go
It's
to
going to
the?
cost.
What do you think?
They
What do
pay
you
you, don't
think?
they?
You know, it's probably what, 80 grand now, 100 grand to get in.
Really now?
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, you got to pay to get in?
No, that's
No,
what
no,
they're
no.
going to have to pay.
We
us.
can't. We
Yeah, they
can't
gotta
get
pay
in.
you.
We can't get in because we can't afford a ticket to get in.
Oh dear God.
We have to get extra jobs so we can buy a ticket to get into the.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry,
ceremonies.
I've lost this.
I'm
you have
already-
to pay to get in?
No, no,
getting
no, he's just
ill.
kidding you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Because, yeah,
stop.
without a doubt. All right, anyway, thank you guys for joining us.
What a man.